There are two more topics that I want to cover before I move on from the STC and from Genesis 3 to cover the rest of Genesis. And one of those topics I'm going to be covering is going to is the topic of this video. And the topic is, what is faith according to the Bible? And the case I'm going to be making in this video is that faith is, for lack of better words, a substance. Faith is a reality. It's not just a profession or a declaration. And so to start this analysis off, I want to go back to the video that I recently made to restate the point that immaterial realities are not over there somewhere in the distance, separate from material realities, because the material is the immaterial happening. So, numbers, the laws of logic, the self, the truth. I mentioned this in the last video. This is the immaterial, okay? The material is the immaterial happening. So the immaterial is in us, okay? We are extensions of the life of the immaterial. The life, the light, the glory of the immaterial. Without the immaterial, not only do you not have Tehom, but you can't get creation, because even if you have Tehom without purpose doesn't become anything else. So when you look at everything that's material and you analyze it in all these different, these different ways that we can analyze it, you see the immaterial in everything. You see the numbers, from the mathematical analysis. You see purpose from the logical analysis. You know what I'm saying? You see all these immaterial realities. When you analyze, you see the design of everything. So now you're seeing the self that is the truth that created everything. The immaterial is in the material. Okay, it's in us. So this helps you understand that verse from James, because that verse is being spoken within the STC. That verse that says faith without works is dead. What James is saying there is that works is faith happening. Works is faith happening. So therefore, I can know if you have faith in Yeshua by looking at your works. How can I know that? Because your works are always going to be whatever your faith is happening. So if your faith is Yeshua, then your works will be Yeshua. If your faith is something else, then your works will be something else. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap this up into completion when I talk about this other verse in the New Testament, which describes faith even more in depth than the James verse. And this is Hebrews 11:1. So that's chapter 11, verse 1. It says, now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. Okay. In this verse where it says being sure of, that being sure of is the word hypostasis in Greek. The word hypostasis in Greek referred to, if I'm not mistaken, it was sediment is what it refers to. But it's the hard earth underneath the ground. If you drill into the ground or if you shovel into the ground, eventually you're going to hit this hard you know, surface that the shovel can't shovel through, or, or at least can't shovel through easily. It'll clink. That's hypostasis. Okay. So similar to our English word concrete, over the course of time, the word hypostasis, because it referred to something that was really, really solid, and that had this idea of like foundation beneath us. You know what I'm saying? We walk on concrete, and it can serve as a border for the grass, for the lawn, and we use it for all these foundation things. And so when we refer to an idea that's true, we say it's concrete. If we believe that something is true and we're trying to prove that it's true, we'll use the language of, okay, let's make this concrete. You see? So it has this idea of realness to it, that what I'm talking about is real. It's actual. It's happening. It's not just a hypothetical. This is concrete. So that's the same kind of meaning that hypostasis took for the Greeks. And so hypostasis came to mean anything from real to reality to nature. And so in this verse, faith is the hypostasis of hope. Hypostasis is better translated into English as either real or reality, so that the verse should read, faith is the reality of hope, or faith is hope made real. Okay? So to fully understand this verse, you have to understand what the author is describing when he says hope. Okay, when he says hope, he's talking about what we as the born again human beings, we as Christians, as New Covenant Jews, what we hope for. And we hope for what? We hope for Christ Yeshua resurrected from the dead, ascended into heaven, crucified, resurrected, and ascended. That in him we are crucified, in him we are resurrected, in him we ascend. Okay? We hope in the new creation, where wickedness is dealt with once for all. Okay? The evidence that the new creation is going to come is Yeshua crucified, resurrected, and ascended. But the evidence of Yeshua crucified, resurrected, and ascended is what? Us born again. So this is the hope, right? But the faith, the reality, you see, that hope made real is what? It is us born again. So faith is a miracle. It's not simply a profession. It's not simply a statement. It's not hypothetical. Faith is the born again miracle. And that's something very important to understand in order to understand Genesis 3 and the original sin. And my next video is going to be equally important. And then we can get into the rest of Genesis.